Cops have a huge responsibility on their shoulders and must always maintain their composure in the line of duty. However, today we'll be going through these cases where corrupt officers ruin their careers in no time.
Officer Flynn, the reason I pulled you over is you were speeding.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Do you have your license, registration, insurance?
Yes. 1 second. Sorry, you're right. I hit it a little hard at the light there. Sorry. Where's that? I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Where you come from now?
Jupiter. Went to dinner with some friends at their golf club and driving home.
Okay. Do you have your insurance as well?
Yeah. Would you mind showing?
All right, let me check out your paperwork. I'll be right back with you.
The woman appeared to understand the reason for the traffic stop and remained cooperative throughout the interaction. After a brief period, Officer Flynn returned and had an unusual question for her.
You had anything to drink tonight?
No, I had one drink about 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? Okay, you have any controlled substances, cannabis, anything like that?
I have, no, I'm actually not on me. I do have a license to carry, medical marijuana.
No, I mean, have you taken any today?
Oh, I've taken it today. No, I only use it for sleeping.
Okay, if you would step out, I'm going to do some exercise, make sure you're not under the influence, we'll have you on your way home.
Despite her confident demeanor and responses, Officer Flynn remained unconvinced about something. Therefore, he proceeded to conduct some field sobriety tests.
Are you able to walk a straight line?
Yes.
Can you bounce on 1 foot?
Yes.
All right, if you would, come on over here for me. Stand right in front of me. Bring your feet together, hands at your sides, and actually put your glasses up on top of your head.
Okay.
Thank you. Keep your head still. Just as far as you can go without moving your head. All right, give me 1 second.
Just like that, she smoothly completed her first test and appeared to be performing quite well. Additionally, she exhibited no signs of slurred speech or difficulty in walking. This raised the question of whether these tests were necessary at all.
I'm nervous because I've never been in this position before, but...
I'll show you what you got to do, and you let me know if you can do it in your shoes, all right?
All right.
So,
You're kind of stressing me out, but okay.
if you would, go ahead and place your left foot on the line for me, please.
I mean, I'm not, obviously, okay, yeah. I'm just a little nerve-wracking, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
She performed the walk test admirably, especially considering she was wearing high heels. However, when the officer requested another test, she encountered genuine difficulty this time.
My hands are at my sides and I'm looking down at my foot.
Yep.
That's all you gotta do for 30 seconds.
Okay. Just so you know, I have a medical condition where I can't straighten this left knee. I can't straighten my knees fully, but I will do
Both of them or just the left side?
both of them. I can show you even if you want me to. I have knee surgeries, like really bad knee conditions.
Okay, we'll do.
That's why I have that medical.
We'll do a different exercise then. No. We'll do a different one. I don't want to put any stress on your knees.
The officer did understand her problem, but he wasn't going to leave her anytime soon.
Left.
For Eagle Way and Westland Drive, 479.
Left.
I was advising, I know much direction. They charge 3 to 5 gunshots. No contact.
Right.
After completing numerous tests, she maintained her composure, wearing a smile throughout the process. Finally, the officer proceeded to administer one final test, which appeared to be relatively straightforward as well.
30 seconds are up, stop. And that's it.
All right.
Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and look up, close your eyes and begin. All right, that was about 41 seconds. All right, for this final exercise, do you know your alphabet? A through Z, not backwards. Yes. Just A through Z?
Yes.
Okay, so again, you're going to stay standing just like you are. When I tell you to begin, you're going to tilt your head back and you're going to close your eyes. And you're going to recite the alphabet for me. A through Z, slowly and non-rhythmically. That means no singing and don't skip any letters. Okay. So it'll be just like this.
G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, W, X, Y, Z.
She seemed to have breezed past the test and wondered if she'd be going home pretty soon. However, she had no idea what she was up against.
Ma'am, at this time you are being placed under arrest for DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol, chemical, or controlled substance.
How?
For driving under the influence, ma'am. Those exercises, we look for indicators of impairment, and I observe multiple indicators.
Oh my goodness. You have this on videotape?
I do, ma'am. We have 2 cameras as well as a dash camera.
Do you have anybody that can come pick up your dog, or where do you live?
To the woman's dismay, she found herself being taken into custody for a crime she had not committed. She also had a dog with her that now needed to be safely taken home.
What are we doing about the dog?
Yeah, what are you
She said she has somebody in gardens. She might need her call.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I was pulled over, getting onto 95, and they're trying to suggest that I am under impairment. They have not red light.
Would you be able to come over here and take her dog for her?
I have to come to the police station?
Yeah, you can come to the police station. I'll meet you over there with the dog.
Okay, then what about Leslie?
The woman remained oblivious to the unfolding events, but her shock was palpable as she suddenly realized what was about to happen next.
She's gonna go down to the jail, and she'll be out in 8 hours.
So right around 8 o'clock.
So about
Wait
8 a.m.
a second. Hold on.
That's standard for DUI, ma'am.
I'm not DUI though. I'm not.
When we get down there, you'll have the opportunity to provide a breath sample.
And then I'll still be held 8 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you don't have to call her right now. It's up to you.
What?
Like I said, she's going down to the jail. She'll be out in 8 hours. So
No, I'm not.
Attorney's not going to be able to do anything for you right now. So.
But I'm not under the influence. Give me a blood. Give me a test or something.
That's where we're going
when
next.
you go down there.
That's where we're going right after we sort this out.
It's truly disheartening to witness such treatment of the poor lady, who had been nothing but remarkably helpful and cooperative with the police.
You pulled me over for speeding, right?
Correct.
And then I told you that I had 1 drink at 7 o'clock.
Well, people tell me they have nothing to drink and then they'll blow double the legal limit, okay? So
Okay,
what you tell me doesn't have anything to do with anything.
I understand, like, why
Here.
I am being targeted here on this situation.
You're not being targeted, okay? You were pulled over. I observed indicators of...
Because I sped.
All right, go ahead and move your feet inside, man. We're not going to debate this.
No,
Turn the
I'm
back
not
camera on.
trying to be honestly,
No,
I
but
really
we're not
am
going to
trying-
debate it. This isn't the venue to do it.
Yeah, I
We're on the
guess
side of a
you're
road.
done. You already...
Despite everything, she somehow managed to maintain her composure. She was subsequently transported to Palm Beach County Jail, enduring a total of 9 hours for a crime she hadn't committed. Furthermore, she underwent a breath test, which revealed she was within the legal limit. Ultimately, she was released without being arrested or charged. At present, there is no information regarding whether she pursued any complaint or legal action against Officer Flynn or the police station. This incident might have favored the police due to the woman's compliance, but let's see what happens when authoritarian officers come face to face with a formidable victim.
It's possible that my is hard because you're here.
2 police officers arrived at the residence after a neighbor reported hearing yelling inside. They detained the man, who explained that he was simply speaking loudly to his 87-year-old mother, who had hearing difficulties. However, the officers remained unconvinced, insisting on meeting the elderly woman.
I haven't seen your mother.
Do you believe, after hearing my mother, that she is in danger?
I heard arguing, and I need to make sure everybody's okay inside the house.
What did you hear? What was said?
I just heard yelling. I couldn't hear
You
what
just
that
heard
said.
yelling, and did I not explain to the yelling? Did she not explain to you the yelling? She told you she's fine.
Okay.
She's sitting on the toilet, and you have to go and see her.
I do, yes.
The elderly woman herself told the cops that she was okay, but the officer still persisted in meeting her, leading to a vicious rant by her son.
You have to physically see her.
Yes.
What do you think? Somebody's up there holding a knife on her or something?
It's possible. How do I
Oh,
know
it's
that there's not
possible.
somebody?
It's possible that my hard because you're here. Welcome to YouTube. And I expect you to get a medical person here to see if she's all right because you are not qualified to see if she's all right.
Okay.
Go get somebody now.
The man's frustration escalated, and he was on the brink of directing his anger towards the cops, whom he felt deserved the brunt of his emotions.
This intrusion is so necessary. You have no idea how hard it is to take care of old people.
I'm sure it's extremely difficult. But I just have a responsibility to make sure everybody's okay, and that's why I'm here.
You don't have the responsibility. A medical person has a
I have to
responsibility.
ensure that there's nothing criminal occurring within your home.
Good luck.
Okay.
You're not coming in my house.
The man's anger was completely justified, as he explained the reason now. Despite hearing his explanation, the cops remained unapologetic and showed no signs of remorse.
I'm a caretaker. My mom is 87 years old and she's deaf. And I have to yell at her when she's in the shower to get her to hear my instructions. So the neighbors called the police on me because they think I'm screaming and damaging my mom. And they won't take my word for it. I opened the door. They asked my mom if she's fine. She said, yes, I'm freezing because I'm naked on the toilet. Yet they won't take her word for it either. And I'm not about to let a cop in my house to see my naked mother.
After hearing the man's explanation, the male officer, who had been relatively quiet up to this point, decided to intervene, only to be quickly put back in his place.
I don't mean to step in.
You're not going to step in, and I'm not going to take any instructions.
Okay, so I'm just here to observe, but I want to let you know my name's Officer Amel, okay? I would please ask you that the yelling at this point is not necessary. I understand.
The yelling is necessary. I'm making sure I have witnesses.
And that's totally fine. And just like
it is totally fine. And please don't give me instructions to not yell.
Okay, sir. And like I said, this is recording.
This is recorded right here, and I have it.
Despite the officer's insistence on seeing his mother, the man stood firm, adamant that they wouldn't be allowed inside without a warrant.
I understand that, but unfortunately, we need to be able to see your mom.
But unfortunately, you're not going to. The police are not going to because they do things that are not right. A medical person can do something that's right. So when you go to check on a person for safety, bring a goddamn medical person because you guys shoot people.
Sir, all we're going to do...
You're not going to do anything. If you step through me, you are hurting me.
Moments later, another police officer emerged onto the scene from the bushes, but he wasn't going to escape the person's wrath either, as per usual.
I see your mother.
No, you're not going to see my mother. Come up here, please. And if you put those gloves on and think you're going hands-on, there will be hell to pay. I am audio and video recording you as well.
Okay.
Are you the supervisor?
Nope, supervisor's on it.
Then don't say anything to me other than your name and your badge number.
It's right here.
It's right here.
And it's also right here.
What is that? I cannot read.
1K25.
Name.
Gonzalez.
Thank you.
As the officers tried to assert dominance, the man made sure to clarify everything once again, demanding a medical supervisor to be present on the scene.
Step back. I'm not shutting the door.
Shut the door.
I am not shutting the door. You have been told that. I'm not going to do it. If you're not the supervisor, you better stop trying to flank me. What is going on here will be dealt with when a medical professional gets here, not when armed people come to my front door.
Finally, the supervisor arrived on the scene, hoping to defuse the situation. However, the man made it clear to him what he had been dealing with, ensuring that his grievances were heard loud and clear.
I'm waiting for a medical professional to check out my mother. Police are not coming into this house.
Okay. What kind of help does she need?
She's waiting for me to wipe her ass and get her dressed after a shower and a toilet. But I'm out here because they won't let me go get her dressed. And I said, okay, supervisor. And then she said she has to see him. And that's not going to happen. A medical person will see her.
Okay.
The man then dropped another bombshell on the cops, revealing that he wasn't alone in the home with his mother. He was also taking care of someone else.
I take care of my 87-year-old mother and my 59-year-old brother, and he doesn't speak. He's been paralyzed on one side, and he's angry that you're here. You're not here to help. You're here to barge into my house. I have alleviated her concerns. My mother told them she's fine, that she's freezing to death on the toilet.
Despite the sergeant's repeated questions for the person to calm down and stop yelling, he had a different agenda in mind.
I'm not angry either. I'm just making sure whoever called me in knows that my mother is deaf. My mother is deaf. She cannot hear. So I have to talk loud to her. Can you grab him, please, and hold on to him till I'm done with these guys? I'm not giving my name. I haven't broken any laws.
Finally, after waiting for a good 10 minutes, the medical supervisors arrived inside an ambulance.
Hello. I only need one of you. Rollo, in the house.
Oh, no wonder he's not coming. I'm calling Oliver.
Yeah.
Caring for an elderly individual is undeniably challenging, and the man had every right to be angry, considering he had done nothing wrong, but was simply helping his mother.
My mother is 87 years old. She's very hard of hearing. She's sitting on the toilet wet because she got out of the shower and had to poop. She's at the top of the stairs. They have been told by her that she is fine. You are going in as a medical professional to see if she's been damaged or is hurt. Okay? That is your job. You go talk to her and you come right back out, please. Okay. Then I will get her dressed. Okay. The two of you only.
Perhaps that's the only recourse when dealing with a corrupt cop who won't take no for an answer. The man was well within his rights to deny the officers entry without a warrant, and he had made it abundantly clear to them where they stood. He recognized the potential for the situation to escalate, given the power dynamics involved. This guy got off the hook, luckily, but what happened with this elderly man surely puts the stain on the entire law enforcement.
You're not getting my ID for sitting in a parking lot now. Sorry.
Because 62-year-old Kevin Hinton was 11 hours into a road trip after he met his newborn granddaughter in Oregon. Feeling exhausted and drowsy, he pulled into a parking lot at Terrence View Park to take a nap while watching a movie. Moments later, Sergeant Clay Hilton from Spokane County Sheriff's Office came over to his car and woke him up.
How you doing?
Good. You're being audio and video recorded. It's a crime to be in the park after hours. This is considered a park. So...
All right, I'll go find another place to watch a movie.
All right, you got your ID on you real quick?
No, I don't.
You're not shutting the door. You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I am.
You're not.
Why are you acting like that?
Because you're kind of being rude.
I'm being rude?
Yes.
Kevin calmly agreed to leave the parking lot, and the sergeant had the opportunity to de-escalate the situation. However, he had different intentions in mind.
And how is that?
How is that? I'm trying to explain to you, you're in the park after hours and you're committing a crime.
That's a crime?
It is, yes.
No, it's not.
You want to bet?
It's a civil offense.
It's not. Do you have your ID
Really?
with you?
No, I don't have my ID on me.
One, I'll take another.
You're not getting my ID for sitting in a parking lot now. Sorry.
Yeah.
So...
Kevin adamantly refused to provide his details to the officer, asserting his innocence, but the sergeant persisted as if he was deliberately seeking confrontation.
Whose car are you in?
Pardon me?
You're not shutting the door on me.
I'm not shutting the door, I'm rolling the window down. Now you can shut my door.
I am not shutting the door. I need your name. You are not free to leave.
I'm not giving you my name.
Okay.
Despite the old man committing a minor offense, the corrupt sergeant showed a complete lack of empathy for his fellow human, further perpetuating his wrongdoing.
Putting your shoes on for you. You're not going anywhere.
And why is that, sir?
Why? Because you're refusing to tell me who you are, and you're probably going to end up going to jail.
Oh, for not giving you my name?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, then you have at it.
Okay. Come on, stand up for me. Turn around, face the car.
Sergeant Hilton forcibly removed him from the car and then proceeded to exhibit some of the most terrible instances of police brutality.
Turn around, face the car.
Don't put your hands on me, pal. Listen.
You are going to get hurt. If
I
you don't
am?
listen to what I'm telling you.
Are you audio video recording this?
I already told you that. Get on the,
Hey,
get on the ground. You're under arrest.
Dude.
Get on the ground. Dude, get on the ground. Jesus Christ. What part of that? I don't understand. I want him code 6. You're under arrest. Get on the ground.
Yes!
The old man was viciously beaten and dragged out of the car, marking only the beginning of the horrifying ordeal that followed.
Okay, I can't.
Oh!
Give me your hand.
Okay!
Give me your hand.
Okay!
Give me your hand.
Why are you doing this, man? What the fuck, man? Look at the fuck what he did! I didn't do anything!
I'm pulling this way. I'm pulling this way.
Kevin was overwhelmed with hysterical sobs and cries of anguish following this unjust brutality. Despite the emergence of more officers on the scene, not a single one spoke out in defense of the poor man.
You're on your stomach.
Okay! I will, I promise!
Get out.
Okay! Ouch! Oh, guys, please!
What part of that did you not understand?
No, I didn't do anything! You hit me so many times! Why? Why did you hit me?
The agony and distress persisted as the poor man bled, now in dire need of urgent medical attention.
God.
Now you want to tell me your name?
Oh, my name is Kevin. Oh, please. What did you think of me? Why? I didn't do anything. Please, I can't breathe. Oh.
The unnecessary use of force could have been completely avoided. Mr. Kevin was in a state of shock as he grappled with the sheer absurdity of the situation.
Can I sit up?
Let's search him real quick.
Can I sit up? Sir.
What's that? Yeah, sit on your butt.
Why did you beat me like that? I didn't do anything.
What's your name, dude?
Oh, my name's Kevin. Kevin. Did this really just happen?
Later on, the body cam was muted by the sergeant as the officers kept walking around the scene. Kevin Hilton was so beaten up that the jailers refused to book him, and he was instead sent to the hospital. Kevin sustained 8 broken ribs, a punctured lung, a shoulder injury, a severe concussion, and a disfigured lip as a result of the violent arrest. Kevin was charged with resisting arrest and obstructing a law enforcement officer. However, both of these charges were later dropped, and 2 months after the incident, Sergeant Clay Hilton was placed on administrative leave. Finally, in February 2024, the Spokane Police Department completed the investigation, found the sergeant guilty of using excessive force, and recommended second-degree assault charges to be filed against him. Now, it's up to the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office to determine if the charges will be filed or not. However, despite this, Kevin's attorneys are still filing a civil lawsuit against Hilton and Spokane County.
Just like this tyrant, officers make some huge blunders while on duty and are sometimes promptly corrected by the good cops.
Alright, step out. Step. Steppy step.
The reason for the stop was when the woman, later identified as Brittany, gave a one-finger salute to Officer Patrick Akers when he was conducting a traffic stop. Officer Akers got offended by her behavior and decided to do this.
$35, $256. If it's possible, could you make my location? PD 2V6, put me at the 1049 of Gardenia.
Bird 1049, Gardenia.
253, on duty stop.
That's correct.
Yes, he decided to conduct a traffic stop on Brittany just because of that. He followed her car until Brittany stopped her vehicle on the side of a street. In the past context, Officer Akers was known to be a woman abuser, and Brittany had been one of his victims.
$35 on Gardenia.
That's correct.
Detail.
Okay.
So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails to signal left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second to make contact with her.
What Officer Akers claims here is that Brittany flipped him off, meaning that she showed him her middle finger, mostly used as a sign of abuse. Officer Akers must have felt it insulting, but a police officer must have thicker skin.
How's it going? Officer Akers, New Braunfels Police Department. Okay.
I know who you are.
That's fine. Well, the reason why you being
over for flipping you off.
No, ma'am. The reason why
you are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything. Ran over here like a crazy person.
Okay. Well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and step out of the car. Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't let him.
Yeah. Would you mind, Henderson? Go ahead and detain her. In cuffs.
No, because he's been illegal to me.
Okay. All right. We'll just continue to violate that. You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
The encounter quickly escalated as Officer Akers was so eager to show his authority that he asked Brittany to step out of the car to be handcuffed. Brittany was already in so much fear and pressure, she requested the other officers on the scene not to let Officer Akers near her. Surprisingly, she was being charged for failure to change the lane.
Stay still. I'm sorry. You guys just know this is bullshit. You guys just know it is. You guys know it is. You're under arrest. Grab my phone. Please grab my phone.
We'll get it. You want me to transport, or you think it's better?
Danny can do it.
Danny, would you mind just transporting? You don't have to do anything else other than transport. I'll be there. PD 2V6.
Go ahead.
Can you go ahead and get me next rotational record? That female is in my custody. I believe it's going to be Brittany Trevino.
This person went in custody at 8:39.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but
I'm gonna turn this off.
In Texas, failing to signal a lane change is generally considered a traffic violation, not a criminal offense. But what happened with Brittany here was a violation of her rights.
yeah, she has a driver's license, but
Why are we arresting her for a traffic violation?
well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car, didn't do nothing, she flicks me off. And then as she does that, she gets on the lane, fails to signal lane change. See? You guys, it's gonna be an issue?
Huh?
You think it's gonna be an issue?
Given your history,
Yeah.
so any other person you would write a ticket to, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to treat every interaction. So if you would normally write a ticket to this person for this, just because that in the past you've done this, this, and this, right? This is something that you would normally write a ticket for, then let's write a ticket for.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and police it?
Sergeant Scott, who arrived on the scene to observe the whole situation, seemed to understand what was going on. Looking at the desperate and visible fear in Brittany's eyes, he decided to teach a lesson to the ignorant cop.
So let's write the ticket and go about it that way.
Sounds good.
Because all you're going to do is give her more ammo. Right?
Yep.
So write the ticket, just fill it out.
Officer Akers was ordered to let Brittany go with just a citation because no possible law can justify the arrest of Brittany here.
Do you have an email address? What? Help? Okay. What? That's it is. All right, Brittany L.
You don't make dinner best in it? Well, yours is pretty thin, right? What are they doing? You would think, I don't know, because I never tested it. I was always like, and they're like, you could stab right through it. And I'm like, what do you mean you can stab through it? You guys want me to wear this for bullets? Are you kidding me? What do you mean you can stab through it? I mean, I've never tried. They did tell me though that you can stab right through it.
Brittany was calmed by Sergeant Scott's decision. She must have felt that not all cops are the same. Some also always go by the law and stop those who make wrong arrests. She was given a citation by Officer Akers, who must be regretting his actions by now.
Address and phone number for the quarter right here. This is a QR code to check it online. There's more options down here about taking care of it online. Okay? So, you're good to go. So I understand that you flicked the officer off. That's not. So my question was, did you flick the officer off?
It all didn't stop there because Sergeant Scott decided to warn Brittany about her actions as well. Either it was a finger salute or a FU sign, it wasn't right at all. But Brittany's response to that was quite remarkable.
So here's the thing, regardless of what your history is with Officer Akers, your intense hate caused you to flick him off and then you committed a traffic violation. Okay? And you've just gone on about your day and not worried about flicking people off or anything like that. None of this would have happened.
I know, but...
Oh, I did? No, I didn't. Let me get your signature on it. So, that's not pleading guilty, that just promises to take care of that ticket, okay? None of it ever is good on those automated ones, okay? So, here's the thing, right? had you just gone on about your day, right?
However, instead of just letting Brittany go and teaching the officer a law lesson, the sergeant kept on talking to her and almost made her cry.
So your intense hatred is causing you to do other things that is drawing attention to you. You need to move on with your life. Man, move along, okay?
It's just like there's something so wrong. It's not for you. And I always, you know, and I'm always. And I never thought this situation would happen. Ever could have happened in a million years. I never would have thought.
I'm not here to debate this situation with you. I watched the video. I know everything that occurred. Okay? I know about the court stuff, everything that occurred. If Officer Akers had done anything wrong, he wouldn't be here right now. Right? That's 100% true. It is. So, right? I get it. That's your First Amendment. If you want to flip people off, but what it did is it caused you to create a hazard into a traffic infraction right in front of an officer. Right? With your citation, we're all complete, so you're good to go whenever you want. But my advice is to move on, right? Because you clinging onto this is causing more problems. Right? It just did right now. Correct?
I understand that bad things will happen to me if I...
Brittany sobbingly replied to Sergeant Scott, but somehow this bad encounter ended with a citation. Luckily, she didn't have to be transported to jail just for carrying out his First Amendment right.
Right? You can choose to be defined by your past, or you can decide what you want to do. Right? But if you choose to be defined by what happened to you in the past, then you will always continue to be that person. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's regardless of what y'all's history is, you need to move along with, right? Got nothing more to say. Have a good day. Don't forget your phone's on top of your car.
If Sergeant Scott didn't appear on the scene, would this encounter have ended this peacefully? The sergeant saved the woman from arrest, but you will be surprised to see how this next cop stood up to protect this man's rights.
I don't mean anybody no harm. I don't have my gun on me. My gun's in the car. Huh?
Can I ask you what your intentions are?
My intentions is, I just want, again, I don't see these every day, so I stopped to take pictures.
With him taking pictures, it's not a problem.
On January 15th, 2020, investigator David Gear was filming outside Odell Oil Company in Belton, South Carolina. He stayed away from the trespassing area and only filmed the place from the outside, even though there were signs saying no trespassing or filming. However, this day of exploring was about to take a swift turn.
The whole facility, well, both of them really. Get some information on them. I'm sorry, brother, I can't hear you. A whole lot of information, honestly. A whole lot of it.
We need to know which is
Say what?
We can't just give out our information.
Oh, no. I didn't have any questions about it towards y'all. I can kind of find out what I need out this way. Who are you?
I'm an operator here.
Operator here, what's your name?
So that's irrelevant.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Cav, your name?
That's irrelevant also.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, inside the fence is.
Yeah, what you need pictures for?
You said what I need pictures for? Well, I can't say it right now because it's not published. But you can call the people, that's fine. Okay. I'll be along the way somewhere. I'll be along the road somewhere. I didn't drive. I'm a step ahead of everybody.
Two people from that oil company had some serious issues from Mr. Gear recording on public property. They didn't even bother to introduce themselves, but started warning him not to film here. David was nice enough to respond to them politely.
I'll be along here somewhere. I'm not leaving. I'm just walking. I promise I'll be in the area. And when they come out, can y'all come back out, please? Thank you. So he didn't want to give his name. But we're here. And this is private property, but that is a public utility right here, and there. But they're gonna call the police, so we're gonna hang out until they call them and see how this goes.
Mr. Gear smartly stated a South Carolina law, saying trespassing only applies within fenced area. The two men, however, decided to call someone on David, and the way this man treated him was shocking.
Send somebody out here to talk to me, all right? It's actually about to start raining. I wonder if he's gonna get out the vehicle. It's finna start raining, which is the crazy part. So I'm actually going to get soaking wet. But I'm in Belton, South Carolina at the oil company on a road here, 33 feet from the center line of the road. I have their property line in my phone, and there are public utilities all right here. Some are in their property, some are right here, which is outside of the fence, and their trespassing signs are on the fence, which is beyond me. It's very beyond me. All right, brother, how you doing? Just filming, and I'm trying to figure out why they're following me around here, and I can't figure it out.
Well, kind of somebody suspicious.
Well, that's fine. But you know, you're allowed to take my picture also. That's totally fine. Now, whether or not you can get it, that's between you and your camera. But that guy here has been following me around, and then you came out here to take my picture. If you turn your phone the other way, you get a better picture. Turn it sideways. No, turn your phone sideways. That's right. I can't. But I'm trying to figure out why y'all are following me. It's like nobody here understands the rights that I have granted to me under the First Amendment. That's what's crazy. You know, this is all public property right here.
Yeah, no, this is state property.
Which is public. State property is tax funded, which makes it public.
What are you trying to do?
So my tax dollars, your tax dollars pay for it.
I mean, it's suspicious of me going in, so.
I mean, that's fine. And again, I told the people over here to call the police, that's fine. I don't mind talking to them. But you see that public utility right there? If I want to walk all the way to that pole and record this property, I can, because the city put that there. Okay. So that city property is, I don't mean anybody no harm. I don't have my gun on me. My gun's in the car. Huh?
Can I ask you what your intentions are?
My intentions is, I just want, again, I don't see these every day, so I stopped to take pictures of all these big oil wells here, because I don't see them every day. But it's like people are freaking out about it over a camera.
Well, it's kind of a touchy.
But y'all have cameras all over y'all facility.
Oh, we do.
So how is my camera any different than your camera? I have no problem with that. I'd be more than glad to talk to him.
Okay.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you.
Mr. Gear claimed that he was on public property, and GIS data supported this too. In South Carolina, the government can control areas in different ways. Utility poles on government land don't always mean public property, but the oil company employees decided to call the cops on him.
Public easement here, and I was taking pictures this way, that way, and back here, and they freaked out. They completely freaked out about it, and they was like, well, I'm gonna call the police. I said, that's fine. I don't mind talking, because there's no crime being committed here. They freaked the hell out. These guys here. That guy right there. Hey, come over here, buddy. Yeah, you. Come here, please. I just need you to inform him of the First Amendment, that I'm allowed to record here in public, and I can be on my way. That's all I need from you, Officer Parker. Yeah. Can you please just inform him of my rights through the First Amendment, and I'm on my way. I'm sure y'all have been prompt on it, because we sued Anderson a long time ago. I don't mean any hurt, harm, or danger by it, but these guys here completely freaked the hell out, and I don't know why. I just need him to be informed of my First Amendment right, and I can be on my way. I'm gonna come across the road, because I got to get it on film that you told him for my protection.
Deputy Parker calmly listened to what Mr. Gear had to say. She understood all the First Amendment rights Mr. Gear had at that time, and decided to teach some of those to the people working there.
I told you I was coming back, buddy. I ain't want to be rude. I just want you to be informed and hear from someone else that I'm completely allowed to do what I'm doing.
So, with him taking pictures, it's not a problem. Okay. If he goes on the property, kind of get a story.
We're just on at the terminal. We're on high alert anyway, so we're just making sure. Can you ask him to put video of me?
I'm allowed to. I tried to tell you that so we can be cordial the first time you saw me.
I'm trying to be cordial with you earlier.
And I was cordial.
You told us not to worry about what you're doing.
No, I told you that I'm allowed to do what I'm doing. It's all on camera. I can run it back. It's all on camera. You'll see it on YouTube later, I promise. I'm allowed to do what I do. That's all it is. And I wanted her to come tell you, because I didn't want you to think I was being a jerk about it. It's completely legal. And y'all have to understand that while in public, you can be filmed. There's no expectation of privacy at all, buddy. At all.
What can we do?
Build a brick wall.
If he goes behind the gate, we can put him on trespass from there. But as far as him being out here taking pictures, video, and I can't do it.
Can't do anything about it. I tried to tell you that, but y'all wasted resources.
Deputy Parker claimed that Mr. Gear's filming likely falls under First Amendment protection. She educated the oil company on trespassing laws and showed commitment to the First Amendment.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, sir. How about you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm David, by the way.
Hey, David.
Thank you.
Nice hat.
It is. That's why I'm out here, actually. I'm about to go jump on my bike. I just tried to help these two gentlemen out here. And they didn't want to understand me, so they called this sweet officer out here and wasted resources when they could have asked me the same question. And I gave them the same answer, but they didn't want to listen to me. So now they're on the internet looking like fools because I tried to tell them. And those weren't my intentions. I tried to walk away, but then I saw her pulling up, and I figured that they called and wasted her sweet time out here. Sorry you had to come out here, Officer Parker.
You're fine. Just do me a favor. Don't go behind the
Oh, I won't. And I told them I have their property line on my phone. I checked the GIS survey. As long as I'm well within public property, it's a public utility pole. There no trespassing prior notice starts on the other side of that fence. I have no plans of breaching their property at all. None.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming out, all right? It was a pleasure having you here. Fellas, I'm sorry about the misunderstanding, but at least now you understand, all right?
This cop got his lesson, but this next tyrant was owned badly by this officer.
Tires are mostly in good shape. Can't tell entirely, but they're generally speaking, they seem to be good tires. Hi.
What are you doing?
Just checking out my employees. What's up? What's your name and badge number?
Delgado.
Delgado, you have a badge number?
I don't.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm not gonna give that.
So what are you doing?
Just checking on the Burlington employees and seeing if you guys are doing a great job.
The auditor starts filming the police cars, checking if their tires and other visible parts are up to standard. Suddenly, he is interrupted by Officer Delgado, who doesn't seem too happy with his filming.
I want to make sure you're keeping the officers safe with like good tires and that you're not leaving out passwords to NCIC. What's that?
You come speak with us.
You said I need to?
Yes, sir. You're actually trespassing unless you actually have something.
You want me to or I need to? It's hard.
Do you have any business back here? This is only police personnel only.
Yeah, you said I need to, so I was asking, do you want me to come talk to her or do I have to? Am I being detained?
Yes, sir. At this point, yes, sir.
Okay, for suspicion of what crime?
Okay, you're walking around taking pictures of police cars and so forth. You don't have any business here.
Is that illegal? Is that illegal?
It's only supposed to be police back here.
And your name, badge number?
I don't have a badge number. Sergeant Marsh.
Sergeant Marsh, okay. So you said I'm detained. And I said suspicion of what crime?
Officer Delgado calls Sergeant Marsh out to the parking lot. The sergeant immediately starts giving orders to the auditor. And if that isn't enough, the sergeant abuses his powers and detains the auditor.
You need to leave, sir.
What crime have I committed?
You need to leave.
If you'd like to stand on the sidewalk and do
He told me I have to come here and I'm detained.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You said we need you to come here and you said I'm detained.
To you. So I need to talk to you. If you want to go over there, take on the sidewalk, take pictures, you're more than welcome, but you can't be back here.
So the sign that says public entrance is not a public entrance?
If you have business here.
Yeah.
Do you have business here?
Am I required to answer that question?
Okay, sir. At this point, you're being asked if you want to go over and take pictures.
I know I'm being asked because you don't want to infringe on my rights, which is why you've not ordered me to, but you still have me detained. Are you going to undetain me or am I still detained?
You're not detained.
Okay.
You're more than free, but you
I can do what I want. Thanks. It's a public.
Sir, you can go on the sidewalk and take pictures.
You have to stay on the sidewalk.
Where's the sign that says it's authorized personnel only? There's actually a sign in here that says public parking right here.
The officer and sergeant tell the auditor that he must leave if he wants to keep filming, but the auditor knows he can film on public property because of the First Amendment. However, the sergeant doesn't seem to get it.
Section 14-159.12 of the North Carolina General Statute states that, quote, a person commits the offense of first-degree trespass if, without authorization, he enters or remains on premises of another so enclosed or secured as to demonstrate clearly an intent to keep out intruders, in a building of another, or on the lands of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians after the person has been excluded by a resolution passed by the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indian Tribal Council. Because Mr. Press was in an open parking lot that was posted with a public parking sign and not inside a building or on tribal land, he could not be convicted of first-degree trespassing.
Under North Carolina law, the auditor cannot be convicted of first-degree trespassing because he was on public property managed by the police department.
Passing when he refused to leave leave the parking lot after Sergeant Marsh asked him to. According to Section 14-159.13 of the North Carolina General Statutes, quote, a person commits the offense of second-degree trespass if, without authorization, he enters or remains on premises of another after he has been notified not to enter or remain there by the owner, by a person in charge of the premises, by a lawful occupant, or by another authorized person, or that are posted in a manner reasonably likely to come to the attention of intruders with notice not to enter the premises. In the 2022 case of State versus Hahn, the Court of Appeals of North Carolina held that an individual could be arrested for second-degree trespassing in a public space, such as a city sidewalk.
However, the auditor could be charged with second-degree trespassing as he remained in the parking lot after Sergeant Marsh told him to leave even though he was on public property. But as the trespassing did not occur until the sergeant detained the auditor, his initial detention cannot be justified and was a rookie mistake made by the sergeant.
You tell me I'm detained in a public parking lot with no signs, that's back off.
Well, sir, you need to understand.
I don't need to do you detain me for nothing.
Sir, you need to leave the parking lot.
Give me your supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Give me your supervisor, the LT. This is bullcrap.
I don't want to do it.
Notice I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm talking to him this way. You cannot detain me for videotaping.
I didn't
Why were
detain
you
you.
all in that car?
I wasn't in a car. If you find evidence of me being in a car, then bring me in and Raz and detain me and we'll talk.
And that's why we started speaking with you, because of that. Because
You can't detain me to figure out if I committed a crime. You're a freaking sergeant.
Yes, sir.
What was the Raz? Reasonable, articulable suspicion.
You're looking at vehicles, possibly breaking into a vehicle.
Did you suspect me of breaking into a vehicle?
I did.
Yes.
I asked him what he suspected me of, and he said filming.
So I seen you, and I called my sergeant.
And that's why I got
but
out.
that's what you need to articulate. You didn't do that until now. He was telling me that I was suspicious because I was filming around vehicles, but he doesn't get to detain me because I'm filming. I don't care how suspicious it looks. You will not get my name. I am not trespassing, and I will not leave.
Officer Delgado and the sergeant now claimed they detained the auditor for suspected car break-in, but he countered, reminding them they initially detained him for filming. This highlights how Delgado and Sergeant Marsh were trying to twist facts to suit their narrative. Finally, the lieutenant arrived at the scene and de-escalated the situation.
What's going on, man?
Howdy.
How are you?
I was doing pretty good.
Okay.
Till I met the sergeant. These two folks are incredibly professional.
Good enough.
He hasn't escalated a single thing. She said she had razzed me breaking into a freaking car. She was very polite at first. Once he escalated, she jumped on the bandwagon. But generally, they've been good.
Okay.
He is a train wreck. How you just treated me was a train wreck. I should say that. I don't know you, Sergeant Marsh, so I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. All right?
Basically, I was told by Officer Delgado that he was actually looking at vehicles, possibly breaking into cars. That's why he's here.
He didn't tell me that. He didn't say that's his Raz. I said, you got Raz, detain me. And he said, you were filming, walking around cars. So
Let's go and remove him from the situation, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so moving forward, how can we do something for you here? You can
Allow me to go
all
by
you want in the
visit.
back lot.
Thank
you. Know
you.
What I mean? If you need paperwork, tell me what you need. We'll
All
try
right.
to get it for you. They're going to close pretty soon.
Understood. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm good to go. I'm just here to quietly exercise my rights and not be impeded.
Okay.
And not be detained. We good?
More power to you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Be safe.
Peace. Keep it up, bro.
The auditor requested the incident number from the police station and requested City Hall to include this in his public records. It is unclear whether the auditor wants to file charges for the illegal detainment, but he'd have a good case considering how the lieutenant handled the situation. Well, this wasn't the last time a police officer learned a hard lesson on duty from his supervisor.
Yeah.
You're disrupting. No. Doing all that.
Oh, no. See, this guy was ready to fight me till y'all showed up.
At the Iowa Department of Transportation, an independent journalist named Will had the cops called on him. The officers then threatened to put him in jail simply because he was gathering content for a news story and refused to leave public property.
I'm going to ask if I can't help you, if there's something that you need, can you, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
This is public. You can't ask me to leave. I have business here.
I just asked you if you did.
I don't have business with you.
I can help you take care of whatever you need.
You can't help me with my business.
So, I guess, what's your business here?
This is my business here.
going around taking pictures of
I'm simply taking pictures and video. What's the problem?
Because people have asked you not to do this.
They can ask all they want. I don't have to do it because they ask. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not breaking any laws.
Will was asked by an employee to leave the building because she didn't believe he had any business there. The employee then proceeded to call the cops on him.
Why?
Because they're asking you to leave. You don't have an appointment here.
It doesn't matter. This is public. I don't need an appointment here to be here. I have business here.
What is your business here?
I'm gathering content for a news story.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist.
Will you come talk to me for a second?
I can talk to you right here.
All right. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to ID. I haven't done anything illegal.
They're asking you to leave.
Do you have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed? If not, then 10-8, man.
Are you not trespassing?
No, you can't trespass on public property. And you can't trespass me from this property unless I've committed a crime. Isn't that correct?
No.
That is correct.
No.
A young officer arrived and confronted Will about leaving the place. Despite him claiming that he had every right to be there, the officer appeared hesitant.
Would a private building be public property?
How is the Iowa DOT a private building? This is open to the public.
Are you allowed in here at any given time?
Yes, it's open to the public. Did you not hear what I just said?
But the sign out here just says it's...
That's a policy, and you're law enforcement, not policy enforcement.
Okay. So your issue is that you can just sit in here all day, record everybody.
No, everybody else has an issue with that. I didn't speak to anyone. I came in, was going around collecting my pictures and video as I do. I got threatened with violence, okay? I got asked to leave several times. No, I don't want to make a police report because then I would have to identify myself to you.
The ignorant and arrogant cop tried to convince Will that the Iowa DOT was private property and that he was trespassing, which is absurd since it's public property. Will clearly stated to the cop that he hadn't disturbed anyone.
Have a name and badge number, please?
Yeah, Newman 5051.
Newman 5051.
You need to go.
This is public property. I'm not doing anything illegal. They did ask me to leave, but I politely declined.
Well, then you politely go to jail.
Well, no, this is public property. This is public property. I have business here. I am a journalist. I am gathering content for a story. This is a public building. I'm doing a story on the Iowa DOT and how people are treated when they go in there. Because I got reports that people got treated bad in here. So I'm in here checking that out. And you know what? So far, it's holding to be true.
So have you found someone that's willing to be interviewed by you?
I don't need anybody to be interviewed.
Shortly after, Officer Newman showed up and immediately ordered Will to leave without knowing any details of the situation. He even threatened him, but Will remained calm and kept emphasizing his First Amendment right to film on public property.
I'm here exercising a constitutionally protected activity. I'm gathering content for a story. I'm on public property. You guys might want to call a supervisor because I don't want you to make a big mistake.
Didn't even ask nobody if it's
Yeah, I don't want you to make one. How can I get trespassed from a public property?
It happens every day. We trespass people every day, put them in our computer.
Yeah, you trespass people every day from public
Every
property?
day, yes.
How do you justify that?
That's how it works.
Okay, so if you trespass a journalist for gathering content for a story, you think that's okay? You think that's okay? You think it's okay to you think it's okay to jail and trespass a journalist and stop them from gathering content for a story? This is a public building.
Will explained to the cops that he was on public property, hadn't committed a crime, and they couldn't remove him. However, Newman's response highlighted his lack of basic legal understanding.
Let's wait outside for the supervisor, right? Yeah, come on.
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're disrupting.
No.
Doing all that.
Oh, no. See, this guy was ready to fight me till y'all showed up. Now he's all smiles.
Yeah, thank you. See, you're causing a scene, man.
I'm not.
There's a good way to go about things.
I'm not.
I
did not engage in conversation with anyone. They engaged me. All I did was walk around quiet until they addressed me. Then I turned to talk to them, and then.
Yeah.
So the person that was causing the disturbance is the people that were addressing me.
Right.
If they would have sat there quietly while I exercised my First Amendment.
Will eventually decided to wait outside for the supervisor. He again trolls the cops that he had been quietly walking around until others addressed him about it. He then responded saying that he wasn't the one causing a scene.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is I wanted to be peacefully left alone in there to go about my business, and I wasn't. I was talked down to. I was almost assaulted twice, okay? And you know, they don't have the right to tell me I can't film in there. It's a government building.
They have the right to ask you to leave.
Well, they can ask, and I can politely decline. They never ordered me out of the building. They asked, and I can decline and ask.
Isn't that like semantics, a play on words? I mean,
well, when you're dealing with the law, things do get very technical.
Will explains to the cops that he was almost assaulted and disturbed, to which the cops gave no response.
business owners at their discretion.
Who owns this? What business?
The DOT.
Yeah, that's not a business. It's a government facility, man.
Well, whatever
It's a government facility. It's a public building. You can't trespass me from the Department of Transportation. I might need another license one day.
Can you trespass me from your business?
That's private. This is public. Do you see what I'm? Do you?
Public business every day. No, officer never.
What public business have you recently trespassed for?
What about downtown? We have a problem with the homeless downtown, right?
Okay.
What Hy-Vee?
That's a private. That's private. Hy-Vee is a company. That's private. What? Tell me a public building that you've trespassed somebody from recently.
What about the hospitals?
Hospitals are not public.
Really? What about the county-owned one or the state-owned hospital?
That's why I don't do this at the hospitals, because there are multiple owners. They receive some public funding, but they have private funding. They didn't order me to leave.
Both the officers failed to understand the difference between public property and private property, and kept on arguing with Will based on their delusion that the Iowa DOT is private property.
And I would have reported them for ordering me off of public property. Hi. Thank you, sir. Do you have a badge number?
Yeah, 4913.
I'm not going to identify myself.
No problem.
I tell you what. My name is Will. I'm a journalist. I'm gathering content for a story. This is a public building. I was photographing the walls and the monitors and the posters and stuff in there. So one person got super angry and was threatening to assault me. This other lady came and tried to body check me. Everybody's cussing me out. I didn't address anyone. I waited to be addressed.
The supervisor eventually arrived on the scene and politely asked Will to explain the situation that had been created. Will cooperated with the supervising officer due to the officer's good nature and willingness to understand.
So yeah, it sounds like things kind of went downhill. They're just not used to somebody coming in.
Yes, sir.
And filming and I wasn't here, so I assumed you didn't go right up to the patrons and right up to them.
No, absolutely not. No, I did a lot of research on how to do this.
They're just not used to that. They could have handled that better.
Yes, sir.
Differently.
Yes, sir.
I think that's probably the first time that's occurred.
After talking to the employees, the supervising officer comes back to Will and agrees with him that the situation could have been handled better, as he understood that Will was within his rights, had not broken the law, and was wronged by the other officers. In the previous case, the cops made a mistake, but these next officers took it up a notch.
All right.
On July 28, 2016, in Commerce Municipality, Colorado, some people were carrying out a peaceful protest when Officer Christopher Dickey approached them and tried to abuse his authority.
On it. No! I thought I would have gotten like a calendar invite or something.
Well, it's every day.
Would you mind just lowering that for me? Would you mind lowering it for me? I don't want to use it against me, okay?
I'm not going to use it as a
Would you please lower it down for me?
Well, to stay clear of me.
Okay. Gentlemen, we need to talk for a minute, okay? Here's the thing. Yes, you are.
Which crime specifically?
Trespassing.
Trespassing.
You have been asked to leave the property, okay? Right now you are trespassing. Perfectly. Awesome. I totally appreciate that.
That this is public property.
Actually, this is private property that you're on right now. It is.
Who owns it?
The Adams County government.
The Adams County government.
Officer Dickey wrongly accused protesters of trespassing on public property owned by Adams County government, showing his inability to distinguish between public and private property. Despite protesters' explanation, Dickey refuses to listen, showing his arrogance.
No, he's not a person, it's the public! What the f*** is wrong with you people?
Sir?
No justice, no peace, fuck the police!
Keep an eye out all the way around, please. You've been asked to leave the property.
Yeah?
You are now committing trespassing, okay? That's all we're asking you to do, is to leave the property.
I need your card.
I will give you my information when we're done.
No, you're
okay.
giving it to me
now. No, I will give it to you when we're done.
Before you take any
It's
official action.
It's Officer Dickey, right here. Badge number 2905. Okay.
So, Mr. Dickey, why are you removing
It's Officer
me from
Dickey.
public prop notes, Mr. Dickey?
The protester became agitated and asked Dickey for his badge number, to which the officer refused, showing his ignorance towards the law.
Gentlemen, I need your I need your ID, please, so I can write you a summons.
You will be willing to write me a summons?
Yes.
Outstanding.
I need your ID also, please, sir.
The protesters left the property, but Dickey followed them and asked for their identification. One of the protesters, Joshua, refused to give his ID, and without asking a second time, Officer Dickey decides in his twisted mind that he's going to arrest the protesters. Joshua tries to leave, but Dickey starts to chase him and does the unthinkable.
Now placing me under arrest. You have no right to ask for any.
Come here. Got it. Go. He is under arrest.
Officer Dickey tried to multiple times, and his screams can be heard clearly as the hit him both times. This shows how enraged Officer Dickey was, and that he wasn't even thinking straight, which is extremely unprofessional. However, soon he was intercepted by another officer who taught him a nice lesson.
Under arrest.
For what?
For trespassing and for disorderly conduct.
Property. Not disorderly.
When he's in front of the business, yelling, buddy.
That's not public property. It says. You want to know why? Because cops like you. Relax.
And he refused to give me his ID, which he's required to do.
For what?
So I could issue him a citation for trespassing.
It's not trespassing.
They kicked him out of the property.
The sergeant chewed out the officer, but the next cop made an even bigger mistake.
Hey, who lives here? Who's the owner I can talk to? Who lives here?
This ain't got nothing to do with us.
I'm asking who lives here.
This ain't got nothing to do with us.
You do? All right.
Why y'all coming so close?
Arrest him, and them two. Arrest them. They don't want to leave, they get arrested. You don't leave, you don't arrest them.
Don't touch me. I didn't do nothing to y'all. What did you mean to your head? Why you pushing me off the porch?
Don't stay back. Don't stay back. Arrest these guys. Failure to disperse. Failure to disperse, everybody.
According to the cops, these guys were being disorderly and they planned to disperse them. One after another, all of them found themselves in handcuffs as the cops started to get control of the situation.
Yeah, don't jump. I'll just grab you. Don't. You're getting failure to disperse charge, bud. Come on.
Watch out.
Somebody grab me.
Watch out. We ain't doing nothing.
Jay's
Get down. Get down. You're gonna fall.
You're gonna get hurt, dude. Just get down before you get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. Put your hands behind your back. What are you doing? Put your hands behind your back. You're not recording. You're going to jail. Our camera's recording for you.
What you mean? We ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, you're failing to disperse.
What
we
you
told
mean?
you to go in the house. You're out here running your mouth, and you're causing a scene. It's obstructing official business.
I never said nothing.
My goodness, you guys just need to listen. If you guys would just follow
in
rules,
his Brody porch.
God,
I don't got
that has nothing to do with that. You're not listening to me.
It's Brody porch though.
I don't know who that is.
Bro,
is it your house? No. Then go in the house. Then you're told to go in the house.
It's my brother's. What's the letter? I don't got nothing else. It's Brody porch. You can't see that. We ain't. We up on the porch. I gotta let me shut somebody.
One of them resisted, and the officer pinned him down. They were all astounded to find the cops treating them so harshly without giving any prior warning.
Hey, let's get 3 people on him. Let's escort him to a car. All right, let's just get you guys in the back of cars. Are you pulling a car up? Somebody pulling cars up? Why? Okay, I'll explain it to you. I stood here and I told everybody to go in the house. Listen, are you going to let me explain or are you going to talk over me? Let's stop. Don't talk over me. Let me explain it first. I stood here. I told everybody in here, either go in the house or leave. I also asked who the homeowner was, so I knew who lived here, so I could talk to that individual to take responsibility for his home, to make sure everybody got inside the house or left. After I said that, nobody moved. I said you're going to jail. Nobody moved.
Go.
And then I walked away. Hold on, bud. You're on the porch. You didn't go in the house.
One of the guys was resisting, claiming that he never knew the officer's commands as he had missed his instruction. The officer, on the other hand, was ready to charge them with multiple offenses.
You didn't go in the house. I told you in the house. I told you to leave. You stood on the porch. Everybody stood on the porch going to jail. Failure to disperse, obstructing official business, disorderly conduct. There's all kinds of things you guys did that were wrong.
No, for sure.
Okay, then that's what happened. That's all it was. If everybody would just listen to what we say and just go and leave, we wouldn't have to take anybody to jail. Everybody's done.
You didn't see these. Look, I got on white pants. You ain't see these white shirts out here. I literally just came out here. I don't know what. You feel me?
What?
Literally.
I can't hear what you
I
said.
just took a.
I don't know what
That's
you
what I
said.
just went in
He's
the house.
screaming. I can't hear you.
I just went in the house and took a.
It's fine.
Literally.
It says
You didn't see these white pants
Why are you
out
yelling?
here?
Why are you yelling?
Because, sir,
Nobody else is yelling at you. You're yelling at everybody else. You're going to jail.
I just came outside.
Well, then you should have stayed inside.
Seeing the aggressive and racial behavior of these police officers, plenty of the people and concerned neighbors standing outside were not happy with the cops' action. However, the officers were not going to answer their questions as they brushed them all off.
Who else wants to go to jail? Because you're about to go. 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 Why don't you listen and just go home? I don't have patience. People go to jail when I'm around. Guy, bud, get in the truck and leave. Okay, I will get them next. I need you to go first. If I see you out of the truck, you're going to jail. Go to home, please. Ladies, where are you going? You're not standing here and talking.
We're looking for your driver.
You got to do it another time. Then start walking away. The driver might have went to jail. I don't know where the driver went.
No, I won't see.
Come on, let's just go. Can y'all shut up and let's go? Get in the car.
Somebody drive the car.
All we're doing is
Somebody can drive the car and you can find her later and pick her up.
Come on,
She's clearly not here.
Quit arguing, just shut up. Let's just go. They don't even care about nothing. Let's just go. They just want us to go. They don't want us to go.
You're 100% right. I want everybody to home so they're safe.
Right, you just want us to go. You don't care
So you're
about
safe.
driving or nothing. Let's just go, right?
I want you all to be safe.
The officer was only interested in sending everyone home and was behaving like a tyrant. However, among these people, Olympic boxer O'Shea Jones also had come out of her house and was demanding some answers from the cops. She had no idea what was about to happen to her.
I have no idea what was going on up on the porch. I was not involved in any of that stuff, so I can't even tell you.
On the porch, I don't understand how all this
And that's what I
happened.
I have no idea. I was not one of the arresting officers.
Just like everybody, man, we're neighbors, just like everybody else. I don't understand how all this happened. Like he was like.
He said he wasn't listening.
We are arrested
That's what
in the street.
Sure. He said that he wasn't listening. That's why he got arrested.
Oh, he's gonna get an obstruction. He's gonna resist some arrest. He's gonna
But
get a
we got cameras, so it's okay. Listen, we got cameras.
Sir.
So let's go put this camera so you can watch how y'all actions work. So y'all can get or maybe some sidewalk. How about that?
Jones was soon accompanied by another woman, and both of them started to press the female cop. All she was demanding was the badge number of the male police officer, but the cops were on a power trip.
Regardless, he's going down. You can't talk to him right now. He'll be out.
What did he go down for? He was on the porch.
He just told you.
He said
You've been an asshole and you know that. Come on, bro.
I mean, we weren't over there, so we don't know.
Like, he don't even
We
want to
can't
have a
say
decent
yes or
conversation
no.
with me.
He's talking about resisting arrest.
Well,
yeah,
once he, what he's, yeah, I mean, that's.
He was
Because I'm on my porch.
Okay, I understand
Why
that.
why would you yank me off my porch? Because it's a park.
I get you guys are upset, but we weren't there.
Yeah, I understand that, but it don't matter. We got O'Shea, just go get the cameras, go run the cameras.
He'll get a phone call. He'll call you guys.
Can we get his badge number?
Everything's going to be on the report.
It's all public record. It's all public record.
It's all going to be on
It's
the
all on there. Every officer that was here is going to be on there. Every officer. It'll be on his court papers, arresting officer, all of it. We don't know his badge number. It's on there. It's public record. It'll be on there. No, you don't need it. It's going to say the arresting officer. I don't have it. I don't have his badge number. But you can't.
Both of them were frustrated to see the female officers not speaking the truth. Then they saw the officer return and went over to approach him. However, she had no idea that the worst was about to happen.
All these people over here. Badge number. Sir, I want your badge number. Record him. Oh, say he don't want to give you his badge number. Record him. All right. You guys got to start heading home.
Yeah.
I live right here.
Okay.
I live right here. Back up. Go. Back up. Record that, okay? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Nope. I'm not even stop here. You can't do that to her phone. What is wrong with y'all? You can't do that to her phone. Back up. Okay, give me her phone.
Okay, that's her phone, so you got to keep it.
Okay. But look what she's doing, though.
We'll
the
get
problem. Well, what are y'all officers is doing?
Here, take her phone. Take her phone.
Ma'am, stop.
Stop going away. Stop. Stop. Hey.
You angry.
Stop questioning.
The officers proceeded to arrest Jones just for asking for an officer's badge number. The officers had her fully in control, but the worst was yet to come.
All I'm saying, she's squeezing my hand for no reason. Will you quit moving? Stop touching that.
And just like that, Ms. Jones was arrested and taken to the police station, where she was charged with resisting arrest, failure to disperse, and disorderly conduct. She was released from jail soon after and filed a lawsuit against the city and the department to drop the charges against her and also to issue her a formal apology. On the other hand, the police department launched an internal investigation into the incident, and the female officer was reprimanded for using foul language during the arrest. To everyone's shock, her use of force was ruled to be justified. Shockingly, this wasn't the last time a black person was arrested for exercising his constitutional rights.
Are you failing to give me your
Are you failing to give me your ID?
Are you failing to give me your ID?
Okay, I'm willing to exchange IDs.
Face the wall.
All right.
Put your phone down.
All right.
In November 2021, First Amendment auditor Travis Hines decided to go to Bethany City Hall in Missouri to conduct a First Amendment audit of the place. However, just as he started to film, the employees called the cops on him.
Right here.
See.
Yeah.
What's
We're
it?
gonna go talk to them in the back and find out what's going on.
All right. Well, does that? All right. Yeah, because you didn't hear the conversation.
No,
So.
no, but we'll talk to you too. So.
All right. Well, I'm the one that they called the cops on. I guess they buzzed the cops on, and I parked right out here, and I was asking about the parking situation. Apparently, we can park across the street. Because I mean, you know about the 2-hour signs, right? The 2-hour limits. Are you blocking me from exiting?
I'm trying to figure out why I'm being called.
Okay, well, I guess you want to talk to, yeah, all right, fine.
Officer John Harris came out to confront him and soon started to accuse him about something he had not done.
You want to talk to the...
Have a seat for me.
What's the problem? What's the crime?
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, I've been sitting in my car for all morning. I just want to...
Okay.
I mean, I'll move over if you're afraid I'm going to escape. I mean, am I being detained?
You're not being detained?
What's the... Yeah, these guys talk to him. What's the deal?
We're just trying to figure out what your concern is.
Okay. So she gave her side, and you got a full scope of what she said.
No, I'm asking you what your concern is. Why you're...
No, are you satisfied with her story, I guess?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, so you understand where she's coming from, and my side is I'm interested in finding a good parking spot.
Okay. There's 2 lots right here. If you're looking for all square.
Yeah, and if we could walk out there, I mean, I'll show you where I'm parked.
Well, where were you parked?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Just show me right here.
All right. Am I being detained for a crime?
We're trying to figure out what's
Well,
going on.
then it'd probably be easier to point from the closer area to this parking where I'm at and where I can park.
The auditor had committed no crime whatsoever, yet he saw himself being detained by these 2 cops. He wasn't free to go, and the officers were only interested in escalating the situation.
I mean, I just, I'm parked here, and I figured maybe I could just
we're not sure what your concern is.
This is a 2-hour parking. I'll get a ticket for 2-hour parking. You know what?
Get a ticket for 2-hour parking.
Okay, so I guess I didn't ask the question directly. Will I get a ticket for parking longer than 2 hours? The answer is no. Okay, well then that settles it.
All right.
Do you have your driver's license on your
What's
driver's license?
What is it?
So I can identify you. Make sure you don't have any warrants.
Well, I mean, first we have to establish a crime.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Making contact with you is good enough.
Yeah, that's fine. And you can make contact.
I've been called here to make contact with you.
Okay.
Yes, Officer Harris.
Well, who's the caller?
If you're failing, they are.
Well, no, they were the buzzer. They buzzed, right?
If you are failing to identify yourself to me and not give me your ID,
Yeah.
I will take you to jail.
If you want to drive.
Oh, you wanna charge me with the crime?
No,
If you don't identify yourself.
We want to identify you.
Well, I don't. I'm sorry, but I have to enforce my Fourth Amendment rights.
Officer Harris started to racially profile him, wanting to check for any warrants. The auditor had not committed any crime, and he had no reason to give them his ID. However, the officer had no understanding of the law and continued to make the situation worse for Travis.
I don't understand.
You have the right to
If you
identify
think
yourself to me.
if you think your prosecutor's gonna back you up on that, they want to follow through on this charge. We'll see how those arguments go.
Yeah.
They tend not to go too well in your favor.
Okay.
Just doing this.
Well,
A charge of what?
Do you not want to give me your driver's license?
Well, do you want to give me your driver's license?
I don't have to give you my driver's
Well,
license.
I don't understand why you can't give me.
I'm making contact with you.
I'm making contact with you.
I'm going to run you,
And
make
these
sure
two.
there's no warrants.
Let me get all. You're Harris.
Yep, I'm Harris.
I guess I'm gonna have to get familiar with who you guys are. May I get your name?
Trevor Place, I'm the sheriff.
Trevor Place, and you're the actual sheriff, not not just a deputy.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Place. Is that okay? And then your name?
Brandon York.
York. Okay. York.
Y-O-R-K, yeah.
Okay. All right. So making contact is not what the RAS or whatever. It's just making contact. You can make contact with anybody.
The officer had no answers for what Travis had to say, and it was obvious that he had no reason to identify himself. Just then, the other officer intervened, and he was even more delusional.
We were called over here because there was someone that was irate.
Irate,
City Hall.
okay.
Okay, we don't know before we get here.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you.
You were
is
buzzed too.
We weren't buzzed.
Oh, you were actually called? They didn't have a buzzer? Oh.
There's like 8 or 10 people back here that could call. So
Okay.
the reason we're asking for your ID is because a crime has been committed. We're not trying to charge you with one.
Well, if you think you want to follow through on charging me with a crime, I mean, see what your prosecutor, your city prosecutor would want to, go through.
So here's the question: is why don't you identify yourself? We'll all move on.
Well, why don't we establish the crime? We got a Fourth Amendment here. We got to get through here. All right, and I mean, there's steps to take with that. If you want to fully charge me with a crime, then I guess you have to arrest me, and follow through on that.
Travis knew that this would be an illegal arrest and this wouldn't take long in court. He was pretty confident in the law and never backed down. That's when the cops did something incredibly foolish, digging their own graves.
This is a contact thing. I just asking about parking. This would be laughed out of court, Harris. But if you want to follow through,
yeah. Are you failing to give me your?
Are you failing to give me your ID?
Are you failing to give me your ID?
Okay, I'm willing to exchange IDs.
Face the wall.
All right.
Put your phone down.
All right. You're taking this. What's it? All right, you're taking this way beyond it needs to go.
Actually, I'm not.
You're not? Oh, okay. Well, your city prosecutor's probably gonna be really happy with you. Crime. A simple contact has to turn into an arrest.
Comply?
Comply. Where's your ID, Harris?
You don't need my ID.
Harris, you don't need my ID.
Next, we have this off-duty police officer who was caught and exposed for his action.
So this man kept flirting with his wife, right? I walked out of the door with my wife. Cleaned out fucking clocks.
Hey, real quick, you attention? You need to get medical attention. Take
No, I don't. Comes out. And he said he was a police officer. He took over after there. Blue button-up shirt, goatee, kind of a fat, short hair, khaki shorts. I could point him out to you. And we were about to go home. He kept bothering his wife, and I mean, we didn't care, whatever. Everybody's drunk.
The first witness states that Nachi Tuscuolo, who was an off-duty police officer of the Edgewater Police Department, was flirting repeatedly with the victim's wife. Then the witness starts describing the physical features and attire of Nachi to the officer.
He was out here by himself. He just cold cocked and in front of his wife. He was inside the band, like the girl was singing a song for the band. And you could ask anybody, we've been cool all night. This dude just came out of nowhere. And he said he was a police officer.
What kind of man?
I think it was khaki shorts.
You said he was bald?
No, he had like a short haircut, but he had like this meat right here. He's got a fat head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
like brown hair?
My color hair, like dark brown.
Then he starts talking about what happened outside the bar. The victim was alone, and then Nazi came out of nowhere and started attacking, and managed to strike him multiple times. The first witness pointed the cops towards the bouncer of the bar, who had direct involvement in the incident, while trying to defuse the situation.
Amber said he didn't go into the tape. Okay. He's got a blue button-down shirt, long sleeve.
Dude, I'll walk
It's got liquid on it, it's like wet all
He looked like a normal, like me. I don't know. Okay. You know what I mean?
So you saw it happen, correct?
I didn't see it.
I saw it happen.
He saw it.
I was out here. At first, I thought they were talking, and the next thing I know, he was sitting in the bushes, and the wife got in between them. That's when I came over. I grabbed the guy by the throat, and I tried to pull him back. And he saw me, and he turned around and started walking.
The bouncer explains to the cops that the victim was standing outside with his wife when Nazi came and started a brawl. The bouncer tried to defuse the situation by separating Nazi and the victim.
Can I see that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
You said he went in the tavern?
He ran that way, and it looked like he went in the tavern. He might have went to Tatum O'Brien's.
Okay, I'm gonna go check.
Another cop interviewed the first witness, who provided a vital piece of evidence and pointed the officer in the direction Nazi went.
Tell me who it is. You're gonna go to jail. Tell me who it was.
That guy right there. Hey, dude! That guy right fucking there, right
hey,
there.
Dude.
Get him!
Come here.
That motherfucker. Hey, come down there.
You better get him.
Down there.
The officer finally locates the prime suspect and quickly enters the bar to inquire about the incident.
You wanna come downstairs and talk to him?
I got you on camera, bro.
Come on.
This way?
No, downstairs where you came.
The officer confronts Nazi and asks him to come downstairs, as there is too much noise in the bar, so that Nazi can tell his side of the story to the officer in charge.
Edgewater cop. Who is it? I don't know.
As soon as Nazi comes to the ground floor of the bar, another officer apprehends Nazi by immediately slapping cuffs on him.
He just grabbed my ID out of my pocket. Okay. So, I was over there on the, I don't know what that bar is called.
Peanuts.
Peanuts. So I was at the Peanuts. I had a couple of beers. And apparently there was an altercation between me and a gentleman. Okay. And I swung at him as he swung at me. And I'm apparently being charged with...
They swung, he you said that there was an altercation and he swung at you?
Yes.
Okay. Then did you hit him? Or?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now,
what was the altercation about? You know?
In all honesty, I don't know the full story about it.
All right.
So I was upstairs until when I was
all right.
pulled from.
Well, I need to talk with the witnesses. I haven't got a hold of them,
Yeah,
and they got video in there too. So we'll take a look at that. He swung at you. Is there any particular reason that you know of?
It was just me and him. I can't really recall the whole story of who swung on who, but there was a swinging occurrence. So I swung back, and I was upstairs when Miss, what's your name, ma'am? Walter?
Officer Wilford.
The officers start questioning Nazi about the incident, but he tries to act smart and dodge the questions as he knows that he's guilty. He even has the audacity to say that he forgot what the altercation was about and tries to pin the blame on the victim for starting the fight. Sergeant Kirkland was done with Nazi's antics, so he turned his attention to the victim and his wife to get their statement.
Is this, ma'am, are you the wife?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened on the supervisor? I just want to be sure.
Okay, so my sister and I got up on stage. She played guitar and I sang, and this guy came in. There's another guy in here with his wife. I thought like the guy that was there was like they were together, but apparently they just happened to like the song they were singing. So then the girl didn't know that this is my husband. She came over to him and said, "Hey, this guy has a crush on you." And my husband's like, "That's my wife." Then everything was fine. Everything was fine. I took my husband out here, out to the side, right in front of this the second set of picket fences. And the guy comes over to us and he says, "Hey, blah blah." I was like, "This is my husband." He's like, "Amazing guy. Like, I don't know why you're coming over here." And then he said, "Guys, he's an amazing guy." And then my husband was like saying something about the fact that he's a DNR ranger. And the guy had to one up him, so he got out his badge and he showed it to my husband.
The wife of the victim explained to the sergeant that Nazi was trying to make advances towards her, interrupting her singing. When she came out of the bar with her husband, Nazi interrupted them once again, this time showing them his police badge.
Flipped around, he started punching the out of him. And I immediately leapt in because I was standing right next to him.
So they were kind of like just talking.
Yeah, me and my husband were standing like this. I mean, it looks like, if you look at the video, it looks like we're just talking.
We're looking at that.
I had no idea, like, this was about to happen.
So were you actually like listening to their conversation?
I was standing right here. When it happened, that's why I said, "Don't touch my husband." Like, I never like hit him or anything, but I just
up until the point
I put my body in front of my husband.
Sure.
My husband's face.
Before the badge?
Right after the badge, and he started to walk away. And then my husband said, "Why'd you slap my face?" That's what he said. And then he immediately started wailing on him.
Okay.
And he pushed him over. My husband's obviously having a good time. He's on vacation. Like, he's not.
And now,
he wasn't being aggressive.
Are you just friends of theirs or sister? Okay.
Yeah, we're all on vacation together.
And did you see all this happen as well?
What I saw was that the guy was aggressive toward her when we were on stage, and the singer that's on stage now told the guy, "Sit down, get up here." She and I were grabbing my waist and stuff, and I was like, "Dude, like." I'm like, he was aggressive toward her.
Let me talk to your husband real quick.
The wife then continued to explain that after showing his badge, Nazi started attacking her husband. She tried to defend her husband by putting herself in the middle. Even the wife's sister was present and was able to confirm everything that had happened.
No, listen, we got him in handcuffs, so that wouldn't be no good.
I know that. But
so let me get. I'm the supervisor, Sergeant Kirkland. I know you've already told your story to other people. I want to get it. I would, but you got blood on your hands. No offense. No offense.
I know.
So let me get your side of the story. What happened? How'd this go down?
I walked out the door. Me and my wife were sitting there. Some dude just walked up to me. He got mad.
Do you know what he got mad about? Or?
He didn't say nothing.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I got a thrown at me. When I got hit, I'm not even gonna lie. I said, "Oh, no, you did not just hit me like that."
Was that the slap? So that was the
came across my eyelid.
Okay. That was the first.
That was
punch
the first
thrown,
thing. Yeah.
First anything. Okay.
And I told him, I said, "You did not just hit me like that." I said, "Dude, I have not done anything to you."
Was there any conversation before that happened?
Nothing.
nothing to me and this guy. Nothing.
Your wife said that you guys were talking, and at one point he pulled out. You said something about being a ranger.
I don't even know this guy.
I understand, but listen to me. I'm just telling you what your wife said. She said that you guys were talking about something about a ranger. You were being a DNR ranger. I don't know.
I'm a DNR ranger.
I don't even know what that means, but that's what she said. And then he said, well, he pulled out a badge and showed you a badge. Do you recall that?
No, this dude didn't.
This dude
He
didn't?
just told me he was a cop and
Okay.
Sergeant Kirkland moved on to interview the victim. The victim was also surprised about how the incident happened, as he didn't know Nazi. According to the victim, Nazi just started punching him while he was sitting down without any reason.
What did he saw? Or what did he say he saw?
Well, in some, he'd seen the guy in there the whole time, messing with everybody's girls, you know, I was kind of being a turd. Then saw him come out here and punch the guy in the face and then take off running that way. So you can talk to him more, but that's just, you guys got to real quick.
All right, let me go talk to him. What do you see on the
No video footage out here, but that witness did see it all. And
the bouncer?
Black shirt.
The sergeant then goes over the evidence with his subordinates to fully grasp the situation from every angle.
I saw them standing both over here with the wife.
Okay.
The gentleman with the blood on the face was trying to get the guy with the blue shirt away from him and his wife. Was telling him to go. Well, then the guy with the blue shirt went to swing on him, but then pushed him at the same time and knocked him into the flower pot. The wife got in between, and the guy cocked the dude twice in the face. That's when I got in between, grabbed the guy by the chest, neck, and I pushed him back.
And that's the guy we got over there. That's
the guy you have in the car with that blue shirt on. That's him.
All right. And so he was the aggressor. That guy, you didn't see him swing
No,
at him
he
or
didn't
anything
swing
like that?
nothing.
The sergeant then proceeds to interview the bouncer again, but he doesn't change his statement. He even gives the sergeant confirmation that they got the right guy.
What happened? But what happened was, my boy right there in the black shirt. You see with that girl? Yeah. We were dancing and the band was playing. Okay. I just came up and that dude just came up to me and stared at me. That kid's 25 years old.
The guy in the blue shirt?
No.
No.
Yeah.
That's
the guy in the blue shirt came up to him.
Okay. Yeah.
And he just stared at me. And so, I'm with him, so I'm being that boy, and he just stared at him, and Jake's like, you don't want none of me, man. You need to go home. You need to keep going. And he just stormed off and then did whatever he did over here. I don't know what he did over here.
Okay, so he was kind of being that way.
No, he was just being weird, man. It was almost like a blackout. When you look at him and they don't look normal,
Yeah.
Another bystander steps forward and informs the sergeant that Nazi even tried to pick a fight with him earlier that night. This just shows how Nazi was actively trying to look for a fight.
I'm just saying, somewhat.
All right.
The way you tell him.
He's going to be 10-15, so you can search him and get on.
After doing all his due diligence, the sergeant finally gives his subordinates the green light to officially arrest Nazi and process him.
I'm saying, is there how long are we going to be in custody for?
Probably another 15-20 minutes.
Okay, so if we're here for 3 or 4 hours, it's been about 3 hours, man. I've just been sitting here.
No, it hasn't. It's only 2:50.
What time is mine? 10:15 time?
I'm not sure, but it wasn't 3 hours ago.
It wasn't 3 hours ago? Can I just go to jail so I can bond out, please?
We're working on it, man. You know how it works. We got to get the paperwork done.
Yeah, please speak to one of my wife, please.
You can when you get to the jail. I mean, you can't make a call here.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah. All right. Anything else you needed me for or no? All right.
Can you just stop that real quick, please? Thank you.
Yeah, we'll move extra fast for you.
Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw cases where corrupt cops ruin their careers. It's satisfying to see an officer get owned after making such a serious blunder. We hope these tyrants are caught and sentenced for their crimes. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and also make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.